Hello, welcome to TryAnimes. There's another AmiAmi pre-order roundup from the 7th of August to the 12th of August. I'll have a quick scan through, see if anything that has been released is of interest. That would be from previous pre-orders, obviously months ago. Don't see anything of particular interest. This will give you an idea of as well of the figures that have been released, but they're up for pre-order of the week. And obviously I won't be covering all of them, but I'll be covering the ones that, well, the majority of them I'll be covering. Cool, so that's it. Yeah, nothing really on the 12th. Don't know why there's two split updates. Okay, let's get started. Guilty Gear Strive May another colour version on the 7th for Broccoli. So it's just a recolor basically of Strive from Guilty Gear. I think the previous, the OG one looks fine, and if you've missed out you can obviously get this one if you don't mind the recoloring. I think they offer different colour skins in the game anyways, Guilty Gear. So I think I've got over this in the previous video as well on my top. It's quite a good looking figure overall, and the price is not too bad either, so not much to say really about this figure. It's just a recolor. The shading looks pretty good. I think it follows the same sort of patterns as the orange one, where you got the highlights and the shadows going through for the shading. So it's basically, yeah, it's just a full-on recolor. The story of manga artist who was imprisoned by a strange high school girl, Konata, Bengal version quarter scale by Bear Panda. So this is a quarter scale for 9,900 yen, and it looks like she actually has real tights as well. They're not painted on. I don't think they're going to be as good as Freeing can offer, but Pokemon's quarter scale for that price, and it's a box standard bunny. The face is a bit off-putting, I suppose, but luckily she comes with a mask, so you can cover that up quite easily. So the price is obviously really good. That's the February 2024, and she stands at 45 centimeters tall, so pretty on the taller side. That's because she's not in one of those odd positions where she's leaning over or on her knees or anything like that. So a quarter scale for this price. We'll have to keep an eye on Bear Panda. With this obviously being an OG, so they don't have to pay licensing. So that's a good chunk of the money, your savings we're getting there, is with it being an OC character. So there's not licensing to take into account for the price. So we'll have to see if Bear Panda can churn out more quarter scales in this price range, up to 15,000 maybe for the more elaborate ones. But yeah, this is good. I've taken a shot at this as well actually. I've pre-ordered this one, so definitely when I get that in I'll be reviewing that. Laloon Succubus illustrated by Tamando Kadama, 1/6 by Pure, 21,900 yen. So it's a bunny succubus outfit. She is cast offable, so you've got an alternative chest piece, but I think overall the figure looks really good. I do like the base as well, and the actual cushion you get on there. I don't think this this like fur carpet is included. Yes, you do a Mofu base, main figure dressed, and again an alternative body part for it to be cast off. There is another version of this which it costs more, 34,400 yen. It's the bonus version, and you actually get two full main figures, so you get two bodies and then the base and a wall scroll. So if you want to show both, well, this one's actually bonus because it's fully cast off, nothing on show, everything else birthday suit basically. But yeah, then you can get both of them for 34,000, which is actually not a bad price if that's what the sort of thing you want to have in your collection and you're willing to put on display. But yeah, it's the succubus, little lolly succubus girl in a sort of a bunny suit style. Well, it is a bunny suit because you've got the ears. So it looks quite good overall. I think the paint job looks quite good. I think there's nothing wrong with the figure, and I think the price is not too bad. The 1/6 as well compared to 1/7. So she stands 15 centimeters tall in that position, leaning down, which isn't too bad. Let's both of those. Super Bunny illustrated by D-Duck Kong by Hobby Sakura. So this is sort of a sci-fi bunny-esque looking one with a weapon. I appreciate the prop, and I appreciate the sort of redesign of the more without not going for the full traditional bunny suit. So definitely it gives it a more unique look. So if you do collect a lot of bunny girls or bunny figures, then this could be a much more unique one to have in your collection. I do like these sleeves that you got coming down the arms, the textures, obviously textures going along them. The weapon looks pretty good overall. Not a lot of shading on the weapon, but I can understand that. But this figure looks really good as well. If you're definitely into your bunny figures, then this is definitely gives you sort of that Gantz vibe-esque. It does like the sci-fi weapon, and then the cybernetic attachments going on, and then the skin tight bodysuit. But good looking figure, definitely. Pop-Up Parade, Fake Grand Order, Avenger, Joan of Arc, Alter, complete figure by Max Factory for 4,080 yen. This one's a bit off-putting. I think her face, everything else with it being Pop-Up Parade actually looks pretty good, but the face, the eyes and the face, the smile is really off-putting. I think it doesn't show her being actually demented in terms of her expression. So I don't know if this will be something I'd get. I'm not into Fate anyways, so it's not a figure I'll get. But I think you might be better off. There's quite a lot of Alter or figures of Alter out scale that you can get instead if you're willing to spend the money on it. That's probably what I'd do. You'd get a much better I think aesthetic actually out of it compared to the Pop-Up Parade. So this one I'd give a miss, unfortunately. Chainsaw Power 1/7 figure by Fat Company, 23,900 yen. This one's I think it has been up for pre-order before, so this might be just a release of the pre-order. But this is not too bad looking. I do like the blood spear effects coming up, which helps hold up the signs. The blood is fine looking. I think it's not the most realistic, but I think for the prices that's fine, and it definitely shows her personality of quite a lot. And the fact that you got her cat friend as well is really good. So definitely, I think if you're big into power from Chainsaw Man, then definitely worth getting this. 23,900 yen. Maybe hold off. Maybe she might get a bit cheaper after release. Just have to see. It depends. It seems like we're going to an era of where you don't pre-order so much unless if it's a figure you have to have, and it doesn't matter even if you take the hit if it gets cheaper after launch. So yeah, it might be worth holding off for this. Anime exclusive bonus comic Unreal Vampire Nurse Maria illustration, 1/5 scale by Luchery for 35,200 yen. So it's a demonic style nurse outfit, which is cast offable. So there's an alternative chest plate. Yep. Which comes with a little hat as well. So it's quite good looking. Looks like we're going to see some more nurses coming out over the next little while, because I think they've sort of realised they're milking the bunny suit a lot, and they've saturated the market with a lot of bunny suits. So they're trying. I'm seeing a lot more of these nuns and sort of nurse aesthetics character designs coming out now, which should be good if that's the sort of display or collection you want to go for. So this is 35,000 yen, 1/5 scale. Might be a bit expensive, maybe hold off, but it is a cast off figure, so we'll just have to wait and see. Looks fine. I think there's nothing really. The paint job looks fine, I suppose. Maybe not 35,000 yen worth, but yeah, it's not too bad. Gem Series Gintama Shinsuku Takasugi 20th anniversary, 22,000 yen. So this is obviously a Gintama figure, which we don't get a lot of obviously anymore, because Gintama is obviously quite an old anime. So this is definitely worth possibly getting a hold of if you're big into Gintama. It is obviously a legendary anime series, so definitely worth possibly having if you've watched the anime and you've grown up watching it. I have not watched it yet, unfortunately, but I know the story is really good. It's definitely one I should definitely catch up on watching at some point in the future. Yes, there is a figure now, so hopefully we might see a couple of other Gintamas since it's the 20th anniversary. That'll be quite good to see just a couple of other figures come out for people who've missed the boat on getting them or have grown up on it and now have disposable income to get figures and start a collection. Beastyle No Game No Life, Jibril shampoo version quarter scale. So this is by freeing 44,000 yen. This one's a bit disappointing to me because, well, it's obviously them trying to do this bikini sort of very slender aesthetic and with like basically no clothes. Wings look pretty naff. The hair shading looks quite good overall. But yeah, 44,000 yen is way too much. It's coming out April 2024, so I think I'd give that a miss. So I reckon that'll probably tank in price after launch, in my opinion. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Nezuko Komodo Mugen Train Complete figure, 85,000 yen by Good Smile. This one I actually don't think is worth getting. Obviously it looks really good with the LED light up effects in the dark, so it'd be possibly worth getting a hold of if you're massive into Nezuko, but I think you could probably get resin statue figures for cheaper than this, or for this price with postage as well. Should probably be better actually getting, and there'll probably be more unique designs. It's not a terrible looking figure, it's the price. I think you have to be a really die-hard collector to get this, and you've got February 2025, so you could pre-order and start saving now. So you've got like a year and a half basically in August, so you've got a year and a half to go to save up and get this if you want. The fact it's in the picture frame and it's a box makes it a bit more awkward to put on your shelf. And you can only look at it obviously from very cute angles from front on. It's not as if you can look at it, display her in a lot of other ways, unfortunately. Pop-Up Parade TV anime Mash Burn Dead, 4,000 yen. I thought I saw this I thought I covered this in last week's video, so this might be just a re-upload of the pre-orders. So I'm pretty sure I covered Mash and another character from this anime last week. So if it is, then fair enough. 4,008 yen, it's fine. It's a bit more of a safer bet for Good Smile to do a pop-up parade of these, smaller anime series that don't. That's the point of the pop-up parade, isn't it? Really, it's less risk for them. It's less of investment, and those people who do like the anime can still get a figure without, spending scale figure prices. Movie Jujutsu Kaisen Zero Suguru Ghetto 1/7 complete figure by Shibuya Scramble Figures, 33,800 yen. Pre-orders are closed, unfortunately. They might reopen, so it might be worth keeping an eye on for this. But this is definitely a very nice looking figure. The whole black smoke effects look really good, and his kimono looks really good. I think the paint job looks spot on. I like this detailing here on the gold shoulder trim. Obviously, the decal that they've got going on is really well done, and obviously they haven't got it on the lower part of the shoal here, but that's fine. In the kimono, sorry. But yeah, no, it looks really good, and I think if you've got a good enough display lighting set up, you can definitely show this character in its full glory. So definitely one worth picking up. New Cloud Nanaka Shoujo Idol version on 7th by Apex, 20,580 yen. Not familiar with this figure, but I think overall the design is actually quite nice. I like the overall outfit looks very good, and then the actual see-through frills like ribbons coming off the side of it looks pretty good as well. Actually, overall the shading going on there, so the acrylic piece look pretty good. Obviously the fact you get a stand, an actual accessory rather than just her standing there, showing her that she is an idol and a musician, a singer, so definitely get that definitely adds to the figure, and for 20,580 yen, it's definitely not bad for the price really. Definitely one worth picking up if it's a figure you're interested in. Black Lagoon Balaka Crimson Empress version 1/7 by Medicos Entertainment. So this one I've already covered. They did an image update apparently. I don't know what they updated. It looks the same to me. So maybe it's just some stuff on the chair, or did someone? No, you can see the hair mold gap there, and then the front fringe gap. So maybe the other one is more of a prototype, and this is the actual sort of finished final product being shown. I guess to give you a bit more accurate of what you're going to get in your packaging as a final result. So that might be what the image updates do with. Unfortunately, they don't mention when they do an image update like what, like the highlight where what's happened, or like when you're going through the pictures, if they say image updated and then pointing out what's changed, would be a nice thing for them to do. I think a lot of manufacturers should do that as an option actually, and provide those sorts of pictures of before and after comparison pictures, so then it's clear of what's changed between the two listings. To Love Through Darkness Likan Yuki Swimsuit Style 1/7 by Questcube for 16,830 yen. So it's a To Love Through figure which we've had quite a few of over the past couple of years. Looks fine overall. It's obviously his sister. The hair looks quite nice overall, although I think this looks like hair seams here and here, which hair seam gaps, which is quite often, but you're not going to be looking at her from that angle anyways. You'll be looking at her like this most likely, or maybe a bit more side on like this, so you're not really going to see those gaps. So that's perfectly fine. They've hidden it well, I think, from the way most people are going to be displaying it. It's not as if you're going to be looking at it from this way and not see her face. So I think overall looks fine, and for the price, 16,000 yen, yeah, it's perfectly fine I think for it. If you're into To Love Through, then definitely worth getting. Melty Princess Bocchi the Rock palm sized Hitori-chan. So this is one of those small sort of ones that you can figures they can fit in your hand. I think it's a newer lineup that they're offering, and you get a couple of facial plates, either face plates or head pieces. Most likely face plates. The hair probably gets removed, and then you can change the face plate like you can on Figmas. Oh, sorry, Nendroids. So yeah, alternative face plate. For 6,540 yen. So pretty good looking, pretty good figure if you're into Bocchi the Rock and you want something small that you can have just on your desk, or just on a shelf somewhere that's nearby in view, without taking up tons of space, and obviously not costing you an arm and a leg. So definitely pretty good overall. Obviously you're not going to get an amazing paint job, but I think you're doing it for just the fact that she's carrying her guitar, and obviously there's probably a reference to the in the actual anime, which I've not watched unfortunately. Artifacts J Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mitsuri Kanroji 1/8 by Kodabukiya, 14,780 yen. This one, I think the paint job looks good. I think the only thing that's a bit off-putting is obviously the sword. I think the way they've designed it is quite good, and I do like the paint job on it. It's whether it's going to be dropping is the problem, because obviously it's very thin bit of plastic. Looks like you get support from the base here, so there's probably a peg or something that it mounts into there. Ideally, some sort of magnet would probably be better. Embed a magnet in the plastic and embed a magnet into the tree stump side, so then it's just magnetically held up there. But I think this is going to be so now people will receive like deformed or just damaged in shipping and forge, so it might be something to keep an eye out for. So maybe wait till it's released in February 2024, and then just see on my figure collection if people have got how they received theirs, how the packaging is. That might be the best thing to do, just to be safe and sorry, rather than spending your money and then receiving something damaged and having to go through the whole process of obviously getting it fixed, or the part resent out, or a refund. Well, with Ami, I think they normally do a like partial refund if it's partially damaged, or even if you provide proof, that probably one of the main parts would be the sword being obviously bendy. But then if it's like, you know, snapped at some point, then they'll just offer you. They might even just offer you a partial refund. So that's something I would probably avoid with. Depends on how they've designed it and what sort of plastic they've used, obviously, for it, to make it see how resistant it is at being bent. Toho Project Rimu Hakuri, illustration by Fuzi Choko, and 7th by Furyu, 31,000 yen. Furyu, I don't know what you're smoking with the price. It's obviously a rather elaborate looking figure. The outfit is very dynamic with lots of layers, and the paint job obviously is very well done, it looks like, although the whites are pretty flat. There's not really a lot of shading going on there, so yeah, I don't know, for 1/7 scale, 32k yen, it's not really there. It's a nice looking figure, but probably more like 25,000 yen, because sort of 1/7 scale figures, you know, they start at like 18,000 yen normally for like a decent one. That's probably with a figure that's you know, that you're paying licensing on, and this one obviously you're paying like another 15,000 yen on top because of it just being the outfit being more elaborate and them having to do a bit better paint job overall, but like not that kind of pricing amount, so I wouldn't be something I would buy. I'm not even familiar with the figure, so it doesn't even interest me really, but if it does, then I think it might be worth waiting, to be honest. Macross Frontier Cheryl Gnome Anniversary Stage version, 1/7. I'm pretty sure, I think this is just an image update as well, 29,880 yen, so I'm pretty sure this is already was up for pre-order a few months ago. So I didn't say anything different. I don't really remember the other figure that very well. The face still seems to be pretty bad. Those eyes and where the lips formed a bit bad. But overall, the rest of the figure, if you're not too worried about the face, I don't know if it's just eyelashes or the decal with this sort of stripes underneath the eyes, a bit off-putting. But apart from that, the rest of the figure looks fantastic overall. So 30k yen. It depends on your opinion. I do quite like the figure overall. I think just if I wasn't going to be staring at the face, I think the face is one of the first things that you should pay attention to because it's the face of the character. And if it doesn't, you know, appeal to you in the face, then you might just end up losing, you know, love for the figure overall, even when you do receive it in person. And then we got Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 2023 version, 1/7. So this one's obviously a bit more of a punk-esque Hatsune Miku, with a much more unique design with this blue and red in her hair, which looks really, and going through some ringlets. That's a bit interesting. This is definitely much more of a unique style looking figure, Hatsune Miku. Maybe worth getting if you want this more edgy, punk-esque way, I guess, of Hatsune Miku, of vibe that she's off-putting. The overall figure looks really good, and I think for 27,000 yen, I think the design and the overall appeal of it actually is really good looking. It's not the best paint job in like in the outfit, but to be perfectly honest, I think you're buying it for the overall aesthetic of how her style is. So that's the last of the figures that we've got to look at today. So hopefully this video wasn't too bad for you to sit and watch through. But I will have a list tomorrow down below in the description, listing all the figures we've looked at with links to the Army listings. So you can, rather than having to search that up manually, you can just click on the link down there below. If there's one of the figures that interests you, then you can at least go back, or if you come back to the video in the future, then the link's down there for you to grab the listing and see if it's available to pre-order and add to your for pre-order, or after release you might be able to then buy it in the video. So that will be it from today from Try Animes. Please subscribe, comment if there's any other content you want me to do. I'm waiting for a figure to come in that I ordered from Linen Games that I will do a review on, and then I've got a couple of other boxes that I've just sat behind me for the past few months that I've not done an unboxing for. So I was waiting for something new to come in to then do an unboxing of it all together in one go. So that was it, and thank you, and hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you. Take care. Bye.